Hey everybody, it's such a joy for me to be with all of you today. Thank you so much for dropping by. Just want to declare that God has great things in store for you as well. Before I go into the message that I have in store for you today, I encourage you to connect with me through the various social media platforms that I'm available on. You can check out my content on Instagram. You can also connect with me through Facebook and Parler. You can also subscribe for daily inspirations through WhatsApp, and you can also get regular content on YouTube. Don't forget to get my books, both my first one, Who Am I, which will help you understand your identity, as well as my second one, Unveil Your Purpose, which became a number one on Amazon, which will help you discover your purpose and to start walking in it as well. You can get more details at www.johngiftah.com, and I encourage you to rate this podcast in the platform that you are listening to, and also give a review so that it will boost and help reach more people. And thank you so much for listening, and do share it around with your friends and loved ones so that it will be a great blessing to them as well. Now let's go to the session that we have for today. In the past few episodes, I've been talking about the reality of the pain that can be caused by betrayal and hurt. I've been talking to you on how it can have a rippling effect on various aspects of your life, and I shared on the various aspects like how you need to take time to allow God to heal you, work in and through you, but at the same time you should not quit dwelling in your past, and do not allow your past to dictate your future. At some point you need to say, you know what, enough is enough, and I need to take steps, and I need to allow God to take me through the healing process. And today I'm going to talk about one such thing that needs to be taken care of when you're dealing with something that really affected you very badly. Maybe a group of friends, or some close associates, or a close best friend suddenly ditched you, abandoned you, just dumped you, or betrayed you or hurt you and just left you, and you're in a place where you're like, oh my goodness, I have so many memories attached with this person, or I have so many fond moments that I really celebrate that I had, but right now I'm in a place where I'm really struggling to maneuver this phase of my life, and I've tried to figure out how to get over it. And I'm going to talk about a couple of things, because as I shared before, I've gone through something that just changed me completely, so I can talk to you not just from the scripture but from my life, to help you to understand that the reality of this pain can sometimes be downplayed by people who have not gone through it. But I'm here to tell you that I'm not speaking from a place of theory. I'm speaking from a place where I've experienced it, I have gone through it, I've cried over it, and I know that it's not easy, but I know that it is possible to get over it with the help of a King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. Now, one of the important aspects I want to talk about is that when you go through such a season or a series of events or an incident that happens, it can be very easy for you to be tempted to allow that to get into your inner man, or get into your heart, and get it into your mind, and affect you in so many ways. I want to share a quick word with you that's found in Proverbs chapter 4 verse 23, which says, above all else guard your heart, for it affects everything you do. I want you to understand that when you go through rejection, when you go through betrayal, when you go through the hurt, when you go through abandonment, that is the moment when your heart is in a very vulnerable place, where you can easily go to a place where you're like, you know what, I'm not going to trust people anymore. Or you can easily go to a place where you start sitting in self-pity. Oh my goodness, poor me. Oh my goodness, you know what, I don't deserve any good friends, or I don't think I can ever see any good things coming out of in and through my life. Or you can get it into your heart, and that is where you have to be very cautious that you do not allow what happens to get into your heart. The Bible says, above all else guard your heart, because everything you do will be affected if your heart is affected. And I'm telling you from a place where I know how it affected me. I'm telling you how, when people rejected and abused me and, betrayed me and dumped me, used and threw, and all these things happened. You know what happened? It all came down to affect me in my identity. It affected me from saying, you know what, I don't want to trust people anymore because all people are going to be doing the same to me. It took me to a place where I'm like, okay, all I deserve is to be used and dumped. It took me to a place where I thought, you know what, oh, John, forget it. You don't deserve to have any friends, or you don't deserve to have any companions or fellowship. You don't deserve. There's something wrong with you. You're just, you don't have what it takes. You're stupid. You're dumb. You're good for nothing. All kinds of abusive, words that were thrown at me, and the words that were, affecting me in so many different ways. Now, why I'm sharing it from my heart and being just transparent with you is to let you know that, you know what, I've been through it and I know the pain of it. And that is when I had to put my foot down and say, you know what, at some point, enough is enough. I'm not going to allow what somebody else thinks about me, or somebody else comments about me, or somebody else words about me define who I am. Let them do what they want to do. Let them reject me. Let them shut me out. Let them throw me out, or let them, leave me or dump me. Let them do what they want. Their action does not define who I am. I had to come to that place where I had to be firm on that I do not allow what they did to me to get into my heart and sink me further. You have to come to a place where you do not allow what other people do, or what they said or they meant. It should not come and affect you in your heart, because once it sinks into your heart, what happens? It affects you in everything you do. Because it affected me. I just isolated myself. I just stopped talking to people. I just went to a place where I'm like, you know what, forget it, I'm not going to trust people anymore. I went to a place where, you know what, I was affected on my identity, stopped accepting myself for who I was, or started being very hard on myself. Now I'm telling you, it affected me in so many ways. And that's why I'm telling you, if you go through something like that, don't let it sink into your heart. Guard your heart. Guard your heart, because it affects everything you do. It affected me in the way I dwelt with people, and because of that, it caused a rippling effect where actually there were people who were actually good to me. I even lost such people, in my close proximity, just because I was allowing what somebody else did to me to change the way I looked at everybody else. And that's where I don't want you to get into. That's where I want you to understand that, you know what? Yes, it's hard. Yes, I'm telling you from a place where I've shared many times how, I've had chains of depression and, suicidal tendencies and things like that. And why I'm sharing it and being transparent with you is to let you know that, you know what? If you've gone through all these things, you're not alone. And I'm not speaking from a place of, theory. I'm speaking from a place where I'm telling you, yes, it is hard. Yes, you want to give up. Yes, you're frustrated with life. Yes, you don't want to carry on. Yes, you feel like, you know what, this is the end of the road for you. But I am here to announce to you that is not the case. And how can you prevent that from getting worse? Is by guarding your heart. Don't let that sink into you. Don't let that affect you. Protect your heart. Don't keep thinking about it. If somebody made a comment about it, just take it in one ear, leave it out to the other. I had to make certain decisions where I had to leave certain social media platforms, or I did something like semi-fasting from using the gadgets. I can't completely not use it because of work and other things, but I did different things. I left certain groups. I did a lot of steps to literally come out of it. If something affects you, try to avoid it. Don't allow it to come into your heart. If you need to, you know, unfollow or unsubscribe or do something that rational, or you need to delete certain phone numbers, or something like that, whatever it is, do what you can do to ensure that you guard your heart, because what happens to your heart is going to affect every other area of your life. I want to close with one more example. In the Old Testament, you see all the cities and empires and the kingdoms were always having a wall on the outside. You know what that wall was? It was just so that even if an arrow is thrown, the arrow cannot go on the inside. Even if an enemy is attacking from the outside, it cannot go easily on the inside. That's the reason they have these strong fortified walls. And today I'm here to tell you something. Some of us may need to go to a place where you cannot prevent abusive words thrown at us. You cannot prevent arrows of condemnation fleeing towards us. You cannot prevent those negative vibes coming from those people. You cannot prevent all of that. But what you can prevent is this: set your boundaries and build your walls so that you can prevent them from getting on the inside of you. Because they can throw all they want, but as long as it doesn't go on the inside of you, you're in a much better place. So today I encourage you to take that step and guard your heart, and you will see a breakthrough in your life. God bless you. I hope you were blessed, encouraged, and edified by the message that you just listened to. I encourage you to connect with me through the various social media platforms. I'm available on Instagram, Parler, and Facebook. You can also check out my regular content on YouTube. And I encourage you to get my books, both Who Am I, as well as my latest one, which became a number one on Amazon, Unveil Your Purpose. I'm sure these books will be a great blessing to you as well. Please do leave a rating and review this podcast in the platform that you're listening to. Share this around with a friend and a loved one. I'm sure it will bless them as well, and also help us reach more people with the good news of Jesus Christ as well. Do check out other content on the podcast platform. And if you're led to support us financially, or you would like to connect with me, you can also check out the details in the description with regard to my PayPal account. And also, if you are led to invite me to share the word in any other platform, you can do so by connecting with me either through the website or through any other means like the social media platforms as well. Thank you so much for dropping by, and I'll see you next time. If you want to get more details, check out my website www.johngiftah.com.